Welcome to a busted play. An illegal use of hands to the face short.
Xavien Howard was looking for a trade from the Miami Dolphins because he was unhappy with his pay. As my favorite player in terms of a guy who should have won Defensive Player of the Year last year, I was fine with him asking for some new money. So Jake, what's the change up in the contract sort of look like for him?
So the new contract is really just incentive laden. What they did, instead of just giving him a whole new contract after signing him to this extension 2 seasons ago or last season, they're and the whole problem with Xavien Howard was he wanted a new contract because he's like, did you just see what I did? I got double-digit interceptions. No one does that. I have outplayed this contract already, and I just got it. So instead of giving him this whole new contract, the Dolphins decided, okay, well, you're going to earn the rest of this money. We're going to see if you can maintain this level of play. And he agreed to that because obviously he thinks that he can maintain it. So why not just have it and think that it's guaranteed money then? So what it is he has $1 million in Pro Bowl incentives added, $2.5 million in just incentives throughout all of 2021. He's making upwards of 16.3 million in 2021, and he's getting an extra $500,000 a game and $100,000 in workout bonuses now. So I think that is doubling or tripling what it was at in his previous contract, even though the previous contract was a large sum of money.
Wow, that's actually really impressive. That was a lot more than I thought you were going to say in terms of bonuses. That's good. I feel like this was really important for the Dolphins to do. Seriously, I'm just actually shocked by how many bonuses you just described there were in that contract. I didn't think it would be that much, but this was good from the Dolphins' perspective. I don't think that. I think with how this team is built, losing Xavien Howard, if they didn't do this, would have been a much bigger problem than actually how much money it costs to keep him, even if it does seem like that was substantial after what you just went through. Because I feel like this team is going to be built a lot around how many turnovers the defense can force, and just how the offense can, with us not being too confident in Tua, just how competent the offense can be. The offense can be competent and the defense can force a lot of turnovers. This team could be pretty good because we're not expecting the offense to be amazing or anything. But if you lose Xavien Howard, the guy who got you 10 interceptions last season, I feel like that definitely hurts your ability to create turnovers. I don't know if you would disagree with that, but
No, he's the best corner on that team, and he deserves to be paid like the best corner. He was the second highest paid corner on the team. Yeah, that shouldn't be how it goes. And I understand his gripe. I completely understand his gripe. You were the best corner in the league last season, and you were getting paid like outside of the top 10. That's not really great. And the Dolphins do have a lot of money poured into their secondary. So I don't understand why it would be that much trouble to get him a new contract if you're committed to putting like a third of the cap into like 4 guys. But glad that the Dolphins got, well, not glad because I'm a Bills fan, but it's good for the Dolphins that they got it done. Keeps that secondary dominant. Yeah, and it helps if Tua does not progress the way that he's projected to, or the way that other people project him to. Because if that defense still stays stout, I mean, it got him 10 wins last season. So, sky's the limit, really. I mean, if Tua could just play competent, like you said, if he's competent, that defense can get them into the playoffs.
Is there any way? I mean, my other fear, this is kind of branching away from the Xavien Howard talk, because I feel like we're relatively confident in the defense, even more so if Xavien Howard's locked in, happy now. Him and Byron Jones on each side, feel like we're confident in the secondary, and then at least, even though there's not as many big names on the D-line and linebacking core, we feel like Flores can do work to get those guys to play well, especially with the secondary. Yes. That formula, though, at least talking about that defensively, that seems like you would want an offense that's running the ball successfully. And I feel like this is not This is not the team to be hoping to have a
You're
successful
telling
run
me
game.
Myles Gaskin can't run the ball to victory for the Dolphins?
So I mean, like, how much are we? How like it's just still coming back to the point of how much are we putting on Tua's shoulders?
I don't know. It seems like it's going to be a lot because they spent a lot of time with building a receiving core for him. Will Fuller, who's hurt, now he's got a foot injury, which typical. And Jalen Waddle now. They got a great wide receiving core. It's just the running backs are. You're completely right. With a defense like that, you'd think that, all right, we just want to run the ball. And they don't really have any solid running back. They got Gaskin, they got Ahmed, but no one really, and even those guys aren't really anyone to marvel at.
Yeah, no. I and the thing is like I think about looking at like Tua in college and being like, he's pretty athletic, but he never felt like a guy that really was like ever looking to take off. And even then, the injury in his senior season doesn't seem to be helping him look like the guy that wants to run the ball. And I feel like if he did scramble a bit more, it may actually help them. I'm just not sure if I can, and we're reiterating it, sorry, but I'm just not sure I can get behind the idea that he's going to be a successful enough thrower of the football to actually keep this team, headed in the right direction. I think you're right. I mean, the receiving talent is great, and even then, I felt like they were kind of just padding onto it even more so when they didn't need to with some of the guys they added this offseason, and one of the most underrated tight ends in the league in Mike Gesicki. I mean, it's just funny, and I don't know what else I want to say because it's the same thing over and over again. But it all comes down to Tua Tagovailoa.
Yep, I mean. Xavien Howard's probably happy he's going to get paid because they might not win a lot of games, so might as well keep that wallet fat.
I mean, even, like, what's the ceiling for this team, even? Because that's what I'm trying to think about now.
10 wins.
See, that's like, the sad thing is I agree with you, and I feel like there's other people that would say it's more, but, like, I don't see how this offense just is unstoppable this season. I feel like the Washington football team has a better chance to be like a top 10 offense than these guys do. And that's wild considering where Washington was last season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But our opinion is invalid because we're Bills fans and we're obviously biased.
Actually, it just means that we got to watch the Dolphins at least twice last year and not necessarily other teams.
We're obviously not biased because I just praised Xavien Howard, and I don't think a lot of other Bills fans that are biased would do that. They would say that he's like the fourth best corner in the AFC East. He last season was the best corner in the NFL. That secondary is amazing. That defense is great. The team will go as far as Tua goes, though.
I mean, I said he should have won Defensive Player of the Year, so hopefully we're not too biased. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that's about it, though. So
yeah.
sorry, Dolphins fan.
Oh.